Yo, I'm gonna run through the sports, quick news of the week, then get into the show. Real quick in sports, we still waiting to see what Bronny gonna do, man. Come on to Philly, you got some hours to figure it out, my brother. Bronny still figuring it out. What city he gonna go to? There's a lot of sports analysts said he can come to Philly. I don't know the ins and outs, but come on to the city, baby. What you think, H?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. It'd be a good joint to have LeBron here, but I think he's gonna go to Golden State. What you think? Where you think
They
he's gonna
saying
go?
Miami. They
They
saying
saying a
Golden
lot of couple
State.
teams, but him with the Sixers, man, bro, that'd be a good joint.
See, I only
That'd be a
reason
good
I
joint.
say the Sixers because it would be surprising to everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is the team people wouldn't think. And he could do a quick 1 year joint, man. We ain't got to sign him forever, man. Give us a year in the city, man. Do it for the biddy. Real quick in entertainment news, Rick Ross dropped his new album this week. I love the sound of the album. Some of my favorite joints, the joint with Jeezy, the joint with Lucci. Um, I want to say too, I became a fan of Lucci through a lot of all the ups and downs. I really didn't know a lot of his music prior to the trial and all that, but I really like his sound. The joint with Ross is a banger on the album. Album sound good. Did you check the album out?
I did, man. I like the Manx and Miami joint. You know, it got that Master A sample on that joint.
Yeah,
That joint hot.
yeah.
I like that.
Miami. That's
Yeah.
that's another level, man. Like they just doing real good music, and it's good to see some of the older artists showing that they still got it. You know, still can be high on the charts when they drop all that fly stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Fat Joe dropped a banger too.
The joint with
Yeah.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Oh man, they doing
They
a
got
video.
two of them actually. They got the one joint with Young Miami and when they won the chip, and then he got another joint he just dropped on his podcast. Both of them joints hot.
Yeah, they doing a video
Yeah.
to the joint from the podcast. Real gritty sound. They say Kiss letting 38 Special know what it is on that joint, giving him a little boo bop bang on there. You know what I mean? So it's real important. But real quick before we hop into the interview and the show, I wanted to address a little something from last week that was important to me. You know, my son was in the comments last week, and he really want to come up to the show, and I want him to come up to the show. You know, it's two problems with what he did. That's high levels of disrespect. You know, he was in the comments disrespecting me last week, and the thing is, I try to be a real man in everything I do. Number one, I wanted to protect my son's ignorance inside of what he was doing. He was off in his grammar, his spelling. He's 19 years old, going on 20. Okay, this is my only issue with him coming up to the show. He's 19, going on 20. Dad, me, father, still pays child support at work. My trouble with this is son doesn't live with mom. He works. He got a baby coming in a week or two. I don't respect his opinion. And as of right now, I don't want to hear his opinion until that's settled. And with me saying that, I don't care about anybody else's opinion. You know what I mean? Outside of that. And I try to run a positive program. You know, I did a show on healing, and I think I succeeded. You know, his brother, he's been spending a lot of time with me. I got time to spend with my grandbaby. So it was a success. Sometimes in things you do in life, everybody not going to come on the boat. Everybody not going to come in the car at the same time. And that's respected. But, you know, as being children of God, I try to have the proper intentions in what I do. Intentions mean a lot. So my intentions in healing with my kids was proper. Anything outside of that, Allah knows best. And now I'm going to move forward with the show. And that's all I'm going to say on that. But we got H in the building.
Yes,
you know what I
sir.
mean? And I wanted to get his brother his flowers before I really get started on the show because this brother really grew on me. I love his hustle. I love his grind. You know, I talk a lot about male empowerment on this show. And getting back to what I was just talking to, I'm never ever going to stop that crusade because just like the situation that I'm telling you about goes back to choices for young men. If we don't make the proper choices early in our life, we will live this ladder in our life. That's all I'm teaching. So if people don't understand what I'm teaching, you probably ain't gonna like this podcast because it never stopped. I'm probably like 100 shows in, and the shit I was talking last year, I'm talking this year. But this is what I'm saying. This brother right next to me, he's a grinder. He's a guy that works, and he work outside of work. His artistry, his music sounds good. His music sounds top notch. And now it's time to get it to the world. And see, I'm the type of guy I like to deal with real people. So when I start my podcast, when I be doing the shit I'm doing, I bring people on here that I fuck with first. Yeah, I ain't calling all the celebrities. I don't know all the celebrities. I don't even care about that shit. I care about real people. And this one of them guys, man, that's out here, baby.
Appreciate you.
You know what I mean? Good music, good single. And just like I said, I met this guy maybe a year or two ago. And like I say, he rocking and rolling. I've been listening to his music, like what he doing. And you know, I just want to know how you like what's your upbringing? What part of the city you from, bro?
Well, all right. So I'm from North, and I live in Northeast. Like I grew up in Northeast as well. So yeah.
What part of North, if I might ask?
Richard Island.
Okay.
That's born. You know, I was born there and raised there, and then when I got off the stoop, I was in the Northeast. You feel what I'm saying? So you know, but I'm all over, man.
Yeah, that's
I'm all over.
man.
I got family all over. Everybody do. You know Philly, how Philly is, man.
Yeah, we're gonna really tap into that Richard Island part off air. You know, I got a lot of origin. I was born in Richard Island, raised uptown. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk a lot about that when we get some time. I ain't really know that part. How you step into the music part, man? How you start dealing with the music?
Yo, I've been doing music for a minute. It's crazy because my family is musical. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's just always been instilled in us. You know, my pop was a DJ. You feel what I'm saying? You know, so the music was always there. But when I started like picking up that pen, you know what I'm saying? That was more so like high school. You feel me? And then from there, I just started, you know, going on it. I fell in love with it. I mean, I've been love hip hop ever since I was young. You know what I'm saying? But actually to go and actually do it, that came a little bit later. But man, just that power of creating, I love it. You feel what I'm saying?
That's heavy. That's heavy. Yeah, so. You was showing me a little about your journey, and you was showing me when you had met Bootsy and when you went to his house and everything. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about the experience of meeting Bootsy and going to his crib, recording. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that process, how that happened.
All right, so at the time I was in Atlanta. So first of all, shout out to my cuz 215 IRS. You feel what I'm saying? And the rest of my folks who I was down there with. I was in Atlanta. I was actually living in Atlanta for a few years. And we was out there, you know, just on our grind, getting our music, going to showcases, networking, you know, just getting our names, like, you know, letting y'all know, like, we here. So, yeah. And then we happened to be at a showcase where Boosie manager was there. So we did the song, sing the song. He was like, yo, we gotta get with you know, Boosie like this. All right, cool. His manager was there. Didn't even know who he is, because in Atlanta, well, like everywhere else, when, you know, people sit and blend in the car, you never know who you know. That's why no matter what venue you at, no matter what, when you perform on that stage, you give it your all. Whether it's 1 or 1,000 people, it don't matter. You gotta, you know what I mean? Because you gotta sell your music and show that you about it. That's why, and I think that's where the longevity part come in at. Cause that love for it, that passion for it, I really, you know what I'm saying, love music. But getting back to the story, So we wound up hollering at the manager, Boosie, and then next thing you know, we was over there. You know what I mean? We got everything was cool. Boom, boom. And then we pulled up to the crib. And shout out to Uncle Boosie, man. Like he showed his cool, thorough
It
guy.
looked like
Feel
it looked like a hell of an experience. I lived in Atlanta for a short period. Tell the people like a little bit about the different environment of being in Atlanta. I heard you spoke of, meeting Boosie manager and how it's just different showcases and stuff. And I remember that. So I want you to tell the people the difference in the environment and entertainment and our people out there.
So Atlanta is the city of black excellence down there. Like when I tell you the way how they move, it's like, yo, I know they had people down there that niggas didn't really even get along. But they put their differences to the side and was able to get to the money because they understood that's how they work out there. They know what it is. Like it's bigger than, you know what I mean, some petty rap beef or whatever. Like this is real life right here. So down there it's like, I mean, you gonna have your issues everywhere. It's drama everywhere. But like for the most part, they work together down there. And that's why Atlanta been winning for so long. And it's crazy because I'm gonna be honest, and I just want to talk to all the rappers in Philly. Listen, the game is changing, y'all. And I remember it was a time where we had our own sound, our own swag. We didn't follow nobody other, you know what I mean, wave. I remember that vividly. You feel what I'm saying? So we gotta get back to that, y'all. And we just gotta work together. I really like no disrespect to nowhere else, but Philly, everybody know Philly is the home of the spitters, man. Home of the spitters. Everybody, mom and they grandmom, cousin, uncle, everybody right in here. Cause the city.
I gotta say, the city to me has really been trying. You just had the SMS Wink joint. Before that, you had the other showcase. Hollow Man been doing a challenge where a lot of rappers been spitting. A lot of cats been coming out the woodworks. Black De Niro been back spitting. So I think it's getting back to where people want to hear them Philly spitters again. And, we appreciate that sound. We need that music to come back. Mike Knox working on the City Compilation Volume 2. Shout out to Knox. We waiting for him to come up to Filoosh Talk. You know what I mean? We gonna deal with all the spitters too, man. That's why we got you up here, man.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that, man. I say that because our city is way too talented, yo. Like we way too talented not to be on top right now. So this is our opportunity. I want everybody to win, man. You feel me?
You know what you gotta do? You gotta be the example because you have a single right now, right? That has a different sound. So you gotta show people, no matter what, this single gotta go, and then we gotta start making the city get behind it. You know what I mean? Sometimes people don't want to get behind it till they have to. We gotta make our shit undeniable. That's what we're doing right now. Every facet we gotta make it undeniable. We can't go no other way. We can't do nothing else. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
It sounds like somebody on the door. I don't know if I'm sure, but other than that, I've been listening to some of your music, right? And some of your singles sound like you working on that next level of music. Like you don't have no hood sound. You don't have your regular Philly sound. You don't have no trap sound. You got a pure good sound. And I like that.
I appreciate
So
that.
how did you start working on something to that level?
I just always stood true to I always wanted to try to be different, try to incorporate different, styles, different arts. I really study the game. I study all the greats, because to be part of this game, you got to know your history. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the things that transpire in order to be able to get to where you need to go. You feel what I'm saying? So, I'm just a student, and then I'm seeing the shift of the game, and I'm just like, yo, the most rappers and artists who had longevity was because they were different. You know what I'm saying? And I always try to be different. You know what I mean? But still give them some good sound.
I really like that, and I can hear that in your music. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So who's some of your favorite artists? I'm gonna say who your top 3 artists in Philadelphia first,
Okay.
and then I got another question after that.
All right. So right now in Philly, well, I'm gonna shout out Enes. You know what I mean? Sheliano. You know what I'm saying?
Yizzo.
You know, and man, we got too many, man. We got too many.
Us a third one, man.
I know, man. We got
us a
too many,
third
man.
one, man.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give it up to Black Thought too, man.
Black Thought. That's
That's my
hell of a spitter.
That's one of the dudes I look at and be like, yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
real good spitter. Real
Yeah.
good dude. Shout out to the whole Roots crew.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Malik B. May Allah bless his soul, make his grave spacious, man. Hell of a spitter also. But who your top 3 artists outside of that?
Top 3. Well, I'm gonna say KRS-One, Heavy D, and let me see the third one.
Heavy.
Rakim.
Okay. They some deep thought rappers, man. So what's the thought process, right? You know that you a working man, right? And you trying to come into the industry. What would you say to artists that don't know that's part of their artistry? Like what we have to do in order to do what we got to do to get to the next level as artists?
Yeah, well, it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of work. You got to grind, you know what I'm saying? And you got to invest in yourself, you know what I mean? Which is why it's all right to get, whatever hustle it is, just so long as it ain't nothing that's gonna put you in harm's way. There's many hustles out here, y'all. There's many different ways to do it. If you want it bad enough, you gonna figure it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like that always been my mentality, man. Like, and then also I got a good circle around me too, man. I got a bunch of like-minded people. I try to align myself with like-minded people for as like understanding the mission. Like, yo, we gotta level up because where we at right now, and you know what I'm saying? And ain't it. We need heavy. So
that's heavy.
So I thank the Most High for that, man, because that's what keep me going, keep me motivated. You know what I'm saying? Because and even linking up with you, had the convos we had, man, we had good conversations, and it's just like it's about positivity moving forward. Like for real, I'm big on that.
But that's why I always try to be an example of the shit I talk about, like just networking, building, being around good people. It's not a mistake that you here today. This how it's supposed to be. You ain't gotta, know 1,000 people. I'm not worried about popularity. But guess what? I know good music. I know good-hearted people. I know thorough people. So that's how we moving, man. That's what we doing.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? So, what's your vision with your music? What you want to do next? Like, what you got coming up in the music?
So, right now, I got the club banger. I got reel everybody in. But then once I do that, I'm gonna hit y'all with all these other different sounds because I got so many different styles. Like, I made a dancehall drum. You know what I'm saying? That's going to drop soon. So, I'm telling you, I'm so multifaceted, and I just want to show, like, yo, you could get this, you could get the R&B, you could get whatever it is. I got everything, man.
So you got
I got the
club
bangers. I got different flavors like Baskin and Robin. You
got the flavors.
I got the different flavors, man.
That's really important in music. I'm happy you said that because some people hold on to one style. Or they get one hit, or they get one sound, and they stay there. No, the way music is water drop. Every day something is coming out. One day something is a hit. Next day we're not really hearing it. So you got to be able to switch it up and give them a large range, man. So that's a good thing, man.
Yes,
that's
sir.
a good thing. So what's your writing process like? Are you a rapper that go into the booth? Are you a Jay-Z dude? You just spit off your head? Do you write a lot? What's your writing process?
My writing process is always pen to the pad, like or typing on my phone, whatever. Like I'm always big on that, man. Big on writing your own raps, cause I like again, I understand the rules of it. Like I know, like when hip hop went commercial, everybody got their own different feelings about it. But for me, I'm cut from the club where you gotta write, you gotta write.
You
They gotta
got
come
right.
from
You
you.
got right.
You know what I mean? So I'm big on that. But yeah, my process is just I start with the beat. I let the beat tell me, all right, what this song gonna be about, because that's important. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that type of beat fits the style of how you rap, or whatever like the concept of the song is. You gotta let the beat help you determine that. So that's what I do. Like I let the beat determine, all right, cool, I'm gonna roll with this concept because this will go good with it. You know what I mean? Because when you putting music together, it gotta be pleasant for the ears, man. And if you can't bop to your own music, you ain't you ain't writing no quality stuff, man. So
So what would you consider your style to be in the music genre? Would you give yourself a style? What would you say? What
I'm
would you call
I'm
yourself
just
as a
I'm
spitter?
unique.
Okay.
Unique because again I can do so many different, I could attack so many different avenues. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can make an R&B joint, I can make a dance hall joint, I can make a club banger, I can make some pain music, I can make some hip hop music. I got all them type of styles all in my catalog. I
Okay.
always been, versatile like that. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I never wanted was to be put, like you said, like you got a lot of rappers, they be good at what they do, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to make your whole career just in that one lane. No, boy, like, oh, he could do this, he could do that. I think that's why a lot of people love Drake a lot, because Drake did different styles. So,
I
you know what
agree
I
with
mean?
that. I agree with
So,
that.
I just wanted to show. And then not only that, don't get me wrong, I love my city, but I'll be like, yo, I don't want nobody to be like, oh yeah, he sound like a Philly rapper. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Even though there's nothing wrong with that, because I feel like we the best. But anyway, that's another that's another situation. But no, for real, on all seriousness though, like I always just pride myself on just being different. You know what I mean? Because that's how you get longevity. Always want to revamp yourself, evolve yourself. You know.
So how are we going to move this single to the masses? I want this single playing in every club,
Mm-hmm.
every strip club. I like how you got the BBW shaking to it.
Mm-hmm.
How
Mm-hmm.
you gonna get this out to the masses, my brother?
Hey man, the game plan is this. Just gotta flood everybody with it. Just flood it. DJs, I'ma need y'all. All my DJs. Like, I got relationships with a lot of great DJs, and there's other DJs I wanna be able to meet that I know about their work, but I ain't get a chance to meet them in person. But listen, we gotta work together, y'all. Let's work. Let's work together. And you know what I mean? Not only that, if y'all need little commercial shots or whatever, I do video, you know what I mean, and edit. So, you know what I mean, let's work together, y'all. Like, let's make it, like, I get it, everybody need to get paid, everybody gotta get their money. I get that. But also it's different when you establish a relationship with a person. It's bigger than money. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm gonna help you do this, you help me do that. That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do it in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So like we gotta start like
We gotta adopt that.
we gotta adopt it. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta
Listen.
start doing that, yo. We all in the same boat. So let's help each other get to where we trying to go. You know what I mean?
We
Everybody wanna be the one. No, we ain't. Come on, yo. If everybody winning across the board, it'll solve a lot of problems. It'll solve a whole lot of problems. Niggas won't be too mad because they situation good because everybody working together.
we all gonna win.
Yeah.
But
But
let me
believe
say
it.
this: you spun into my next question. You are the man behind the camera. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you do camera work, editing work. He did
Mm-hmm.
my folks prom. This guy
Mm-hmm.
is multi-talented. I want you to talk a little bit about sometime not being in front of the camera,
Mm-hmm.
sometime being the man behind the camera, and learning how to do more than one thing.
So, well, for real, it's that power of creating that keeps my engine going. Like far as like wanting to do different things. Um, the whole video editing thing, how that came along was just basically I picked the camera up and was like, let me mess around with this. Started messing around with it. Start, just giving it a trial run, see what it was. Started enjoying it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. Now that camera got me into a lot of different places as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because also another thing about when you're grinding, especially with this music and entertainment stuff, you gotta have different lanes. You can't just be a rapper. You just can't be an artist to get where you need to go. No, you gotta have two different lanes so you can attack things from different angles. You know what I mean? Because just being a rapper is not enough nowadays. They gonna be like, what else you can do? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of these rappers that's in the industry now that don't just do rap. They do other things outside of, just rap. So you gotta somehow put it all together, all your talents, and make it work for you. You know what I mean?
I feel you, man.
So,
and I see you putting that shit together. That's how you do it. And never stop. Like learning the editing and filming part is important. That's a lot of parts of stuff that you gotta pay for. Yeah. Videographers, editing, stuff of that nature. The more that you learn inside of entertainment, the less that you pay for it. So all these pointers that we talking about is major if you're an artist. If you want to spit, go into the studio. You're gonna need to make a visual when you're done. And he's learning a lot of that part. He knows a lot of that part. And we'll go to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's going on, man? Yo,
yeah, man.
You know something that's crazy, man?
What?
They say you got a shot on the basketball court.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They
I play ball.
Got a live shot, man.
Listen.
I like that, man. That's heavy, man. Like, we gotta be them guys, man. A lot of shit I talk about on this podcast is just like men being men. Like, behind the scenes, I don't know a lot of men's story or their personal life. And honestly, I don't care. You know what I mean? But I be talking about us being men when it's time to be men. Us being thorough when it's time to be thorough, when we're around each other, when we're amongst the people, when we gotta apply this shit to everyday life. That's what I be talking about. And that's what I be surrounding myself. That be the guests I be inviting on, like people I see in the community that's just movers and shakers outside of what they supposedly do. Outside of music, this guy is thorough. Outside of work, this guy is thorough. So that's what mean a lot to me, man. I talk a lot about morals and integrity, man. A lot of cats don't understand what these words mean. So I just be trying to break it in and explain it. That's what we doing. And that the more we build that, our business gonna grow. Facts. Our music gonna grow. Our networking gonna grow. Cause we not gonna be able to hate on each other. We're gonna know how to build each other. Or you spitting, you got a good single, you need to be on the podcast. We need digital marketing in now. You know what I mean? We need to take this to the next level. Keep spitting, stay in the studio, give us a hit every month, every 2 months. Keep doing what you're doing. You're gonna go to that next level. That's how we gotta talk. And until we start talking like that, how can we reach the next level?
Yes, sir.
So what you feeling, man? What you think, man? What you think about, the podcast? I know you've been running through other podcasts, man.
No,
I see
man,
you tearing shit down, man. What's up?
Listen, man, I'm loving the podcasts I'm on, man, because, I got genuine relationships with these people, and I'm just proud of y'all because what y'all doing, because, this podcast, this is what's up, man. This is the wave, like, what I mean, far as, like, with the future, just talking about different topics, you could reach the masses to really say what's real. And what you doing with this podcast is needed, man. It's these grown men talks we gotta have amongst each other because we are the leaders and we gotta work together to build each other up. We already catching it from all different angles, man. Like family, from the just everyday worlds, like everything that going in the world, we catching it from all angles. So y'all, we gotta work together, man, and then we gotta be there for our ladies too.
Yeah,
we do. They put us through it, but we, you know what I mean? We got to put structure back in our community, man. That's all.
It got a lot to do together. How we built up as men, where we come from, I come from love, loving mother, loving father. I try to be protective. I try to be guarded on these podcasts because I try, to be vulnerable, open up so we can heal, but not show the high level of ignorance and the levels that we take. I don't really open up a lot, and sometimes it makes you because people push you to different levels.
Yeah.
But my intent from the beginning is positivity. Is to do the right thing, is to uplift my community, uplift the artists, uplift my brothers, my sisters, our kids, our neighbors, our elders. You know what I mean? Uplift the Glockaware, uplift
right.
filoosh talk, get our numbers right, our business right, our money right. That's my goal. So if you suckers ain't about the same thing, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help y'all. But that's what we doing, baby. You know what I mean? So at the end of this show, brother gonna perform the single that I love right now. We still pushing through the interview, but I love what he doing with the single, man. What inspired the single? What's the name of the single? Where can they find it? I think it got fire on it.
All right, the name of the single is called The Heavyweight Lover. Big shout out to Heavy D, as I mentioned, he's one of my favorite artists, man. Because when I look at Heavy D, I kind of see the resemblance in me, especially when it comes to performing. He can move, man, and I'm the same way on stage. People will tell you, it's footage all up around. You'll see me. I perform. I really give a good show, like, you know what I'm saying? And people really be rocking with me, And I appreciate everybody, for real, man. You feel me? Glockaware 2K, that's my guy. Like, the Glockaware family been rocking with me for years. Like, I got nothing but love for the Glockaware family. You feel me?
Yeah, real good peoples, man. Tell me how does it feel to perform, man? Like I used to perform as a rap artist, and I know like being on stage, being long-winded, performing in front of people, seeing people reaction is another level of music that people don't understand. Tell me the feeling you get when you perform in this single and any other music that you have.
So what I try to do is, and this is also, I DJ as well. So the DJ in me comes out when I'm about to perform. I read the crowd. I say, okay, you got to read the crowd and know, okay, what type of song they're going to feel. Remember, I just go back when I say I got different things for different crowds. So this is like, all right, now I'm in DJ mode. All right, I think they like this if I play this. All right, I think they like this if I go with this song. You know what I mean? Try to read the crowd, and then also try to look at the reactions of the people who go before you, and stuff like that. Like, it's really I'm really in like strategic mode, trying to, figure out like, all right, what songs I'm performing. Then once I figure it out, all right, cool, I know what type of crowd. All right, then I'll come up with my playlist and then just rock it. You know what I mean? Like that. So it's definitely, you definitely gotta be strategic when you performing, y'all, for real.
I got a question to ask. Tell me a little bit about being winded on stage. Yeah. Do you have songs that bring your wind down a little bit where you're not as intense? Because I felt myself running out of breath, ready to fall the fuck out on that stage before, man. So how do you keep it?
So keep it moving? So one thing what I try to do is in between songs, I try to like, interact with the crowd. That'd be my time to breathe and get ready, bust it up with them quick minute, you know what I mean? And then after that, all right, we right back into the song. You know what I mean? Also, practicing, man. You gotta practice, you gotta have your cardio right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, cardio is important when it comes to performing and all that. So, and also another thing you could do is set it up so whereas though you got a song where it don't require so much energy. You can just, you know what I mean, and it still could be a banger. You could make a calm banger type of song, whereas though you could just, you know what I mean, rock, you know what I mean, and you just going with the bot with it. So whereas you ain't gotta exert too much like energy. So I try to like pace it like that, you know what I mean? Like I try to put it together like that. Whereas those like, all right, I know like, all right, I'm gonna turn up. Then cool, I'm gonna make sure I breathe. You gotta make sure you breathe in between performing. That's that breathing through your nose, like, you know what I mean. You know, you got to hold the mic right. Like, can't have it like this, like, cause now you blocking all the air that you need to say your bars and all that. So you got to keep. That's why they tell you to hold the mic like that, like by the neck and by the, just little stuff like that, little jewels that you gotta do when you performing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've really been doing this for a minute. You feel me? So it's like these are, and I'm giving this game because I want the youngins up under me to take, that's coming up. Like, yo, take this game when y'all go and perform. Read the crowd. Cause that be the problem. Like, y'all songs don't be corny. It don't be for that crowd. But you got a catalog, so you gotta be able to read the room. You know what I mean? That's what separates you. It's not professionalism. You know what I mean? So
So I got a good question. Another good question. Moving forward, do you plan to drop more singles, or do you want to put out a full body of work in the upcoming months to year?
I'm gonna do both. I got a full body of work coming. It's called The Winderific Journey. I got an album about to drop. It was supposed to drop in July, but some stuff going on with the clearance, and that's another thing with these beats, y'all. Y'all gotta be on top of y'all paperwork when it comes to these beats and all that, cause they'll flag it, John. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't on top of it, so But I got a album dropping in August. It's called The Winderific Journey. You know what I mean? I got another single that's actually I just dropped called So Fly. So on top of that, I got the Heavyweight Lover going, but then right after that, I got So Fly coming up right behind that, and y'all gonna like that joint too. Just to show the different styles and different flavors that I got. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm strategically planting and knowing when to drop the singles and stuff like that. So you feel me?
Plug this up. Oh, okay. Plug it up.
All right, got you.
Yeah, we gotta get him right for when he drop this one. When he hit the single at the end, we getting everything in order, man. This live. We live, baby. We live every week at 5 o'clock. That's what make this show real interesting.
I need the other joint.
We put the work in that we need to put in, and it ain't gonna stop, man. Like, I try to be, keep pushing. I'm gonna be doing some really good interviews, real good journalism, and really getting back to the real purpose and where we going with this. You know what I mean? Like, this shit ain't no game, man. I'm here for the right things and right intentions. You know what I mean? So that's what the show really based on right now, and that's how we moving and grooving. Bring the best artists, the best movers and shakers in the city, the best people that's going to motivate the youth, motivate the next levels, motivate our young men to be soldiers. You know what I mean? We ain't making no excuses for nothing. And like I said, we confront them, we healing. That's why I say we going to be bringing people up here, man. And that Wonder Express, it could be the good, the bad. We can look each other in the eyes as men, as women. Look our kids in the eyes. That's what I'm doing, man. That's what I'm pushing. And a lot of people, man, I have to say this important. In the last week or so, man, so many people reached out to me in a positive way just to check up on me. And that's real fucking important, man. Like, I've been through a lot in my life, a lot on my journey. And I just want to tell the supporters of Filoosh Talk, I really, really, really appreciate y'all. People who watch this joint every week. If people is watching for something negative, there's a small percentage, the high percentage I'm running into in the community, and they showing me love. So that's what's important. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, H, you got the album dropping next month. Mm-hmm. I want you to come up to the show and preview a couple of tracks. That's what this show is about. Mm-hmm. All the artists I deal with, I bring them back, show their growth, show what they doing in months and weeks. Whatever their growth is, I want you to come back, like I said, and showcase some of the tracks off the album, perform some of the tracks, have a listening party during Filoosh Talk. That's the type shit we doing up here, bro. I
appreciate that, man.
You know what I mean? So, give me a little bit of the feeling of the album, being as though it's mostly done and it's dropping next month. What is the feeling of the album?
So the album is just basically just talking about the good and bad in life, because whinerific means something that's beautiful and ugly at the same time. So, which is life? The journey is life. It's going to be whinerific. We got some good and we got some bad, but even through the bad, it's still beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a silver lining in everything. So, I'm on that type vibe with that, but just showing like the good and the bad of everything when I was going through putting this album together. You know what I'm saying? Just like my life. You know what I'm saying? I talk about being a dad for the first time. I talk about like, you know what I mean, breakups and everything. You know what I mean? I'm talking about having a good time. Like it's just giving y'all who, you know, the stuff that I've been through, but also giving y'all a good vibe as well. You feel what I'm saying? And also some jewels in there somebody could take from. I want people to learn from the stuff that I went through so you can get better. You know what I'm saying? Or you know how you may find a way to navigate through something that you probably wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like you could learn from any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? I can learn from a young person. I can learn from an old head. You know what I mean? You never supposed to stop learning. You always want to learn every single day. Like you don't want to get to a point where you like, all right, you content and don't feel like you don't need to learn. No, you got to learn every day because that's how we get better. That's how we get to, you know, where we need to be. That's where growth happens and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
I say that a lot on the show, and I'm very, very glad that you said that. Never student, keep learning no matter your age. Stop being closed-minded. This is why our community is not open to new ideas. This is our troubles, you know. So, inside of this music, man, the album, I'm very excited about hearing the album. How many tracks do you plan to be on the album?
I'm putting 10 on there. I'm putting 10 tracks on there.
10 tracks.
10 tracks.
We're gonna be able to listen to this album straight through.
Straight through.
I ain't got to skippity doo dah, skippity boop bop 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 bop.
No skips. All bangers. All bangers.
You know what I mean? As soon as the track come on, people got short attention.
Yeah.
The beat ain't right. They say, boop, next.
Yep.
Hold on. He said what? Boop, next. What the fuck? But you know, that's the great thing in the artistry and the music. Push it, man. When you get a single like you got now, push it, push it, push it, push it. Do drop the mics, do visuals, do 3 different visuals to the same track. It's a digital age. Wake up to it, go to sleep to it, play it in your car, get everybody to share it. It don't cost nothing to share this stuff, folks. It don't cost nothing to put this on your page. If you support this, brother, this how we support. Share, like, comment, roll with him. Let's get to it. So I got one last question before you hit the single. What would be something you would say to the youth far as work ethic and just your journey as a man on get up and go and work for what the F you want in this world? What would you say to a young man that's trying to figure that part out?
Well, to my youngins, listen, you could do anything. I know it may sound cliche, but dig. We got the power to control whatever it is that we want to do in life with decisions. You know, all right, am I going to put this money away because I know I want to shoot a video? Or do I want to do this? Or do I want to do that? Just thinking things through before you make that move. Not making decisions off emotions. You know, sometimes you got to step back a little bit. And I think as a people, we don't know how to handle disrespect well. You know, sometimes walking away don't make you a chump. Understanding that, I got things I gotta do. I got shit to do. I can't. When you put energy into things, it grows. Negative, positive. So I would rather you put your energy and everything that you're trying to accomplish into that, because just like with everything else in life, when you plant that seed and you nurture it, you water it, you keep, and as you doing that, that's the grind. Knowing I gotta work towards this. This is what I want to do. You're going to have people that's close to you that's going to disagree with the vision. Not to say that they haters, they just don't understand it because it's not their vision, it's yours. So they not going to get it. Cool. Don't take it personal. Cool. understand that you're trying to do something here. This is your vision. It's for you. It was given to you, not nobody else. And then that's where you got to surround yourself with like-minded people. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm talking to the youngins. Like, you know what I mean? I get it. You know what I mean? People do whatever. Just lock in. I'm telling you, lock in. If ain't nobody on that tight time that you trying to do, or somebody try to downplay what you trying to do, no, you don't need to be around them. You need to be around people that say, yo, I got an idea. All right, bet. I'm going to start doing the information about it. All right, bet. I'm going to start doing this. Like, you got to surround yourself with people like that, because that's how they're winning.
That's a real team. That's called a team, man.
That's a team, y'all.
You know,
there's no, and another game for all the artists. Listen, y'all think these artists don't have a team behind them? Just really ask yourselves that. You think they just got to where they at by themselves? I guarantee you it's not like that. They have a team.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know their role. It's just like in basketball. Okay, everybody has a role. Everybody can't be the star. And that's fine. Play your role so we all can win.
Right.
Everybody want to be that, and that's the thing. This is what always tear us down, because everybody want to be that person. No, because that person might got something that, you know, that's bringing everybody in. Cool. You might have a talent that can help. Okay, all right. How can we make money off this traffic that this star is pulling in? You feel what I'm saying? We gotta start thinking like that, youngins. You know what I mean? It's y'all time. Y'all know this phone stuff better than us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, utilize it. Capitalize on it, y'all.
Some days you in the front seat. Some days you in the back seat.
Yeah.
Some days you playing power forward. Some days you playing guard.
The greatest leaders became followers. They was followers first. The greatest leaders that ever lived was a follower at one point. So, look, as you following, you're supposed to be learning, taking little jewels from here, jewels from there, putting it all together and making it your own.
And in closing, man, I'm going to get out the way, let him spit his joint. Yeah. I'm glad that we spoke about music and we could talk about more than music, about the morals of being young men, and we can give something to the youth during this podcast. It's bigger than music. We also showing the work hard of men, of being soldiers. So I'm glad my partner up here, he did his thing. I'm going to step out the way, let him do his thing. Get ready to spit like crazy. Go get him.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Sure. Go ahead, play that joint. Let's see if it's on.
The biggest one, who they talking about? The biggest one, who they talking about? The biggest one, who they talking about? If it ain't me, what they talking about? The heavyweight lovers in the house. 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 Teddy, keep it ready. Make a rain just like confetti. Leave a leg shaking like spaghetti. He ain't carry y'all off a belly. I like him wide body like a Chevy. I like him slim too, I ain't petty. We could do it in the car or the telly. Fit it in your mouth, I can nail it. The heavyweight lovers in the house. 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 The biggest one, who they talking about? The biggest one, who they talking about? The biggest one, who they talking about? If it ain't me, what they talking about? The biggest. The biggest. Heavy D, live forever. The biggest. We in the house. We in the house. We in the house. We in the house. The biggest. The biggest. The biggest. The biggest.
Yeah, straight like that.
Hot heat, we out. This filoosh talk. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate the supporters. We out.